Holy water for the haunted mind. You ever seen those exorcism movies? Somebody's thrashing, possessed, speaking in voices that ain't theirs, and then the priest shows up. And what does he bring? Holy water. He flicks it onto the body, and the thing inside starts twisting. Why? Because it can't stand the truth. That's all holy water is. It's symbolic truth. And when truth touches illusion, illusion reacts. Now let me ask you this. Aren't we walking around possessed? Not by some demon in a horror flick, but possessed by the idea that we are a body, possessed by a story we didn't write but believed anyway, possessed by fear, by guilt, by separation. And we think it's normal. We think arguing with shadows is sane. We think wearing a mask is identity. We think the world out there is real and the peace within is a fantasy. That's possession. That's what it means to be under the spell of the ego. Not evil in the movie sense, no. But the mind believing in something that's not true and defending it like it's life or death. And then truth walks in. Just like that priest. Just like that holy water. Except it's not splashing on the body. It's landing in the mind. And the mind starts to shake. Because what it built wasn't real. And what's not real can't survive the real. Truth doesn't fight. It doesn't yell. It just is. And in the presence of what is, what's false doesn't get corrected. It gets dissolved. And this is why truth feels like a threat when you're identified with the lie. This is why the ego shakes. Because truth doesn't come to improve the illusion. It comes to replace it. So yeah, maybe we're possessed. Possessed by a belief in the body, a belief in limitation, a belief in suffering. But truth is the exorcism. Not with rituals, not with drama. Just the simple realization, I am not what I thought I was. And that's when the possession ends. Not with screaming, not with violence, but with quiet clarity. You don't need a priest. You don't need a holy water bottle. You just need the willingness to see. To see that what shakes when truth enters was never you to begin with. Let it shake. Let it fall away. Because what remains after illusion burns? That's you. And you were never possessed. You just forgot who you were. Now you remember. And now that you remember, now that the smoke has cleared and the illusion has burned off like morning fog, you're not standing in a new identity. You're standing in no identity. You're not something improved. You're something revealed. You see, this remembering isn't about building a better self. It's about waking up from the whole idea that you needed one. It's about stepping out of the costume closet and realizing you were never the mask. You were never the role. Not the victim, not the hero, not the sinner, not the saint. Just presence. Still, unshaken, unafraid. And now the game changes. Because once you remember, you can't unremember. You might try. The world will tempt you. With stories, with noise, with names. But something inside just laughs now. Not a mocking laugh, but the laugh of someone who's already home, watching a dream that no longer fools them. You're not in the dream fighting monsters anymore. You're the dreamer waking up, realizing the monsters were made of your own forgetting. And here's the wild part. There's nothing to fight, nothing to fix. Just one thing to do. Stay awake, stay willing. Because now, truth walks with you. Not as a concept, not as a philosophy, but as the light behind your eyes. The stillness behind your thoughts. The silence that doesn't ask for proof. Because it is the proof. This isn't the end of something. It's the end of pretending. And the beginning of peace. So if the world keeps shaking, let it. If the lie shows up knocking, you don't even have to answer the door. You already left that house. And where you are now, the buffalo might roam, they might not, but none of that matters because you're not looking out anymore. You're looking through. And what you see isn't out there at all. Welcome back. We'll see you, mighty companions.